You have definitely seen tons of content with these Ninja Turtles in places like Hydra and possibly Arena. I know I've spoken about and done some content on that, and so have lots of other content creators. But have you ever seen Demon Lord Clan Boss or the dungeons? No, you have not. What about Hard Fire Night 10? Yes, that's right. We can and we will. Let's go. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? I am thrilled and pleased to be back on my dude Sharpie's account. We have showcased him with a variety of shard pulls and soul stones. Most recently yesterday, we pulled like 110 or something immortal soul stones, something insane like that. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go back and watch that. It was crazy. But for today, what we're talking about is how can we use the Ninja Turtles to basically conquer all the content in the game. And I'm not talking about like insane builds. I'm talking like mid or late game builds. So when we come in and we look at, oh, I forget. It's MICH. Now, he does have some empowerments here, but what we're really looking at is the total stats, okay? If you are a late game player, you should be able to get 5,700 attack and, somewhere close to 300 crit damage while having some accuracy, especially with a low speed like 187. That should be a manageable build for you. Same thing goes for Raphael. We're not talking anything crazy. 5,500 attack, 220 crit damage, okay? On Leonardo, we have to distinguish between the two Leos now. 202, the 7k defense is obviously great, yes. 285 crit damage. This is in Savage, probably one of the better builds on his account. But you should be able to get pretty close to that. And then Donatello, we have Donatello in speed and impulse. And, he does have a little bit of speed there, close to 300. That should be pretty reasonable these days, especially when we don't need any other stats. The only thing we really need is speed. Now, they don't have in particular blessings, or yes, blessings. They don't have in particular blessings that are important, but they also don't have masteries that are particularly important, but they are all mastered and they all do have books. With that being said, the first thing I'm going to show you is a team that might not be relatable to you, but if you have it, it is going to be actually insane. So let's see what that team is, and that is going to be Senna plus the 4 Turtles. And if you have been hanging out on stream with me at all, you know that we've been testing this and talking about this, and I'm so excited to share this. Also, after this, I'm going to run Senna with at least one other champion to see how it compares. You do not need all of the turtles, but obviously, if you have all of them, you're getting the benefits here. Because basically, every time they A1, it's an ally attack for all of them. And then with Senna, we're getting all of the turn meters. She can revive them, all of those things. If you did not see this run on stream the other day, go put in the comments how much damage you think this is going to do right now on Ultra Nightmare. Do you think it's enough to 1 key or more? Do you think this is going to be a 2 key? Where do you think this is going to land? I'm so curious what you think. I'm going to pause the video and give you a second to go and put that in the comments. Okay, now that you've had time to go put your comment in there, and I've had time to drink some coffee, let me run this quick battle for you, and I think you're going to be absolutely blown away by the damage on this team. My jaw hit the floor when I saw the damage here. This is insane. This is actually insane. 183 million, and that's the low end. That's the low end. We only made it to turn 43 there, which means that we had some unlucky resists on keeping up decrease attack. If we make it past turn 50, which is pretty common, we're talking 250 million. Like, better than unkillable teams, not quite as good as Wixwell teams, but actually insane. And I want to rerun this with somebody else other than Senna. And I don't know, you tell me who you think would be the best champion to put in here. I think that it needs to be some kind of reviver. How about we do Pythion? He's got a 6-star blessing. No turn meter boost, but he should be pretty tanky. Like, is that enough to one key in here? I don't know. Yes. Okay, yes. That's crazy, dude. So that tells me with a little bit of effort, you can probably put whatever champion that you want here. I know he has some extra keys, but I don't want to use too many resources. Let's see how many keys he actually has. Okay, he has a couple extra keys, but nothing crazy. I really just want to know if we put in someone like Marichka, so that whenever she dies, the whole team gets revived. Like, is that the thing that really pushes this forward? I think Senna's gonna be the best, but I'm just very curious, and I think that this is just scratching the surface. 111 million, 44 turns. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. That's exactly. You could put so many different champions here, and it is perfectly fine. So if you happen to have all the turtles, or even if you don't, like, let's say you just did the fusion and you have Mikey, I'm sure you can fill in a couple of other champions here, like an ally attack champion and a champion for survival. I am sure that you can fill in, okay? And you definitely should, okay? You definitely should. But that's not all, because we are going to be able to use this team in a bunch of other areas of the game as well. Okay. In case you don't know, you can use them over here in Hydra. I don't know that he is going to have like the most. I don't even know if he used them actually. No, he didn't. Okay, he has other teams set up. But you can use the turtles in a variety of strategies in Hydra. I have been testing them in Chimera as well. I have done very well in Nightmare Chimera, but I have not been able to use them successfully in Ultra Nightmare just yet. But what I really want to show you is going to be the dungeons. Yes, we can do all 4 main dungeons with this team. I want to start with Hard 10. I want to start with Hard 10 on Fire Knight because this is an incredibly difficult boss. And if you happen to have these turtles, you can beat it. I actually think if you were to replace one turtle with someone like Newt, and then instead of Senna putting in, another champion that kind of makes sense, like an ally attack champion, for example, I think this could be a really legitimate strategy for a lot of people. Donatello, I feel, is key for this. He is going to reduce the cooldowns on no matter what we're doing. And then I would say probably Raph is the least important. As much as I love him, basically all he's bringing to Fire Knight is a double hitter on his A1. And plus, the passive, okay? Or, yeah, whenever this champion attacks, whenever these, he will join the attack. Okay, so all of that is true. If we had someone to keep the shield down, this would be drastically quicker. But the point here is I should have been running this while I was talking. Yeah, okay, yep, you're right. You're definitely right. The whole point of this is, okay, we want to see this turtle team taking down the content here. And what you're going to notice is we take so many turns in comparison to the waves. And that does not happen without Senna, unfortunately. So you would probably need to increase the speeds if you took her out. But with how impressive this has been, I think that there are going to be a lot of options that you can use to work around this. And honestly, 30 seconds on the waves is really good. And then again here on the boss, like we're going to take down the shield, no problem. But we are not going to keep the shield down because we don't have any freeze champions. Like, is there a way that we can do that? I don't think so. Again, maybe putting that Senna as a freeze champion, maybe putting her as an ally attack champion and putting a freeze champion in there. I think that there's a lot of different ways that we could go about this, but you're going to see here, we're just going to cycle through this so many times. We're going to deal damage. I mean, I guess we could put a heal reduction champion in here as well. Like, I don't know who would be a good heal reduction champion, honestly, but a heal reduction champion, and then we wouldn't be gaining that health back. But this is the first team that I've ever seen that lets the Fire Knight continue to put the shield back up multiple times and is still successful, you know? And that's a pretty incredible thing. All right. So I'm going to let this play out. We don't need to watch the whole run. And then I'll come back at you on the damage screen. Whoa, wait. That's way faster than my first test. The first test was double that. Oh, I forgot that I re-geared some of these champions to optimize their builds. 256 is like a reasonable time to farm this. That's crazy, dudes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, Fire Knight hard stage 10 in under 3 minutes is ridiculous, honestly. Like, that's just absurd. I literally cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. He doesn't have Newt, in case you were wondering. He does not have Newt, so that's not a thing. I know for sure that this can do Dragon Hard 10 as well, so let's go ahead and showcase that next. You're going to see, obviously, the waves are no problem whatsoever. The waves are no problem. We're just going to kill everybody. We're going to get tons of turns. I think if we geared Mikey to be the fastest turtle, it would be even faster. So once he gets some different gear options, this is a previous player returning from a long break. Now he's going pretty hard on raid since his return, pulling shards, getting soul stones, farming, all that stuff. But that doesn't mean that he has endgame gear, because he does not. Now, it has improved quite a bit since I've been talking to him, but, you know, we're not in the place where we can build Mikey for damage and speed. So I would rather have the damage. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but let's make it to the boss here and see what we can do. Okay, so we are at the boss now, and we're going to get all of these ally attacks. Then Senna is going to cleanse us and put up those continuous heals or revive us if we die. All of those things. Eventually, Mikey is going to get his decreased defense back. The AI, there's not really anything to say here, okay? But eventually we'll get the decreased defense up, and then we'll really start plugging away with the damage here. And again, we don't have like insane crazy builds here. We don't have insane blessings. We do have some empowerment, but that's about it. So we'll just take turn after turn after turn after turn after turn. But as I said, I think Senna can be anyone here, and you don't necessarily need all of the turtles, but if you have them, you definitely can use them. I think Yamiko would be great here because she would throw the poisons back at him. Again, if we had a Newt or a Marius, fitting them in here would be amazing as well. Or a poison champion. Anybody who's going to be poisoning this boss is going to be great as well. Okay, and a little bit of a long run. I'm actually shocked that it's a longer run than Fire Knight. That's so crazy. I did not expect that. I thought this was a 2.5 minute run, but either way, clearing content is clearing content, okay? Clearing content is clearing content. Let's go in and see these in all of the other areas as well. I'm going to spare you the details and skip to the damage screen. Just know that this is the same team. Oh yeah, that's right. 3 minutes. 3 minutes on Ice Golem Hard 10 with this team. And shockingly, it can also do Spider. I don't know how. I think it's just because we're killing the spiderlings so quickly. But yeah, we'll skip to the damage screen there as well for you. Actually insane. I kind of think that I should just show this on camera. I'm gonna run this again. 156. You just need to see this to believe it. I am in shock and awe myself. I'm completely blown away by the capabilities of all of the turtles here. And again, I think this would be even quicker if we could get Michelangelo in here going faster, because then we would get all of these AoEs, killing the spiderlings. Also, this team is not optimized because we don't have Hex. If we had Hex in here, it would be even faster because we would be splitting up the damage and spreading it out. As it is, we have to wait for Leonardo, and I'll be honest, we don't even have any AI that is relevant here. There's no relevant AI. And we see that the spiderlings, they get eaten, which I don't think is necessary. So do we need Senna in this team? I think not. No, I think Senna can be literally anyone here. Mithrala, Coldheart, literally anyone. Any champion, I think, would be perfectly fine here. But test it out on your account. All I want to present to you is some fun, awesome comps and the notion, the information that this team is freaking amazing. If you appreciate that, make sure you hit the like button. Tell me all about it in the thoughts and comments below. And those of you who hate the Ninja Turtles, just say thank you for an interesting team. You know who you are. Thank you so much for watching. I'm MtgJedi. Actually, let's go ahead and wait till the end of this run, and let me show you the Senna build, because I don't think I mentioned that earlier in the video. 153. Of course, you can have a faster team than that, but if you need to clear the content, then this team will do it. Still shocked and blown away. We have a 6-piece protection, 259. Nothing crazy here. This is not even an endgame Senna build or anything close to that. So, if you have a cool team that you want showcased, message me in Discord. I absolutely love doing these videos. Thank you so much, Sharpie, for working this team out and for letting me hop on your account at a moment's notice. Forever in your debt for your amazing account and your insane generosity. Thank you guys so much as well for making it to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.